Hello students, welcome to Accounting Explained at Account.3 Academy. This is Latha Venkateshwaran. Our BRS chapter series. In this video, we are going to see the treatment of overdraft in BRS. Also, we are going to solve an important exam question when the credit balance of cash book is given. For a better understanding, please watch our previous videos on BRS. The link of which I will be sharing in the description box. What is the treatment of overdraft in BRS? So far we have discussed bank reconciliation with positive balances where the business has money in its bank account. So we have solved two questions with the positive balances previously. One, cash book had a debit balance, and another question we solved where the passbook had a credit balance. So in both cases it is positive balance. Okay, but sometimes business withdraw more than their balance leading to an overdraft. Suppose if the balance in the passbook or the cash book is plus 100 and if you have withdrawn rupees 150, withdrawn means minus 150, then you will have a balance of minus 50. That minus 50 is your overdraft balance. Okay, overdraft is nothing but you are drawing over and above your accounts or your balance. Your balance is only plus 100, but you are withdrawing over and above your balance, that is you are withdrawing minus 150 leading to a balance of minus 50. So an overdraft means the bank account goes negative. Here minus 50 is your overdraft. Essentially the business borrows from the bank. So when there is a overdraft balance in the cash book, this appears as a credit balance. So in the cash book we will say the balance as credit, while in the bank statement or the passbook it shows as a debit balance. In the passbook it will be debit. So when the cash book is credit and passbook is debit balance, you will say it as negative balance. And another scenario is cash book debit, passbook credit is positive balance. These two things please remember because they might give only debit or credit balance of the cash book or the passbook, vice versa. Okay. So in that case you should be able to understand whether it's a positive balance or a negative balance, that is overdraft. Students, suppose in the BRS question, you have been given the cash book balance and you have to find out the passbook balance now. If you have been given only normal balance in the cash book that is maintained by the business, suppose the balance is 10,000 debit, that will be shown in the BRS in the additions column. Okay. If at all, if you have been given a overdraft balance of cash book, that is the negative balance, in the cash book if it is given as credit 5,000, that is the negative balance they are given, then in the BRS it will be shown in the deductions column. So this is the treatment of cash book. Okay, now let's come to the passbook. Passbook normal balance positive. If they have given credit 10,000 credit, that means positive balance. In the BRS it will be shown in the addition column. Okay, same as cash book. If the positive balance is given, it will be shown in the addition column. Similarly, if the overdraft balance is given, that is the negative balance is given in the passbook, then it will be shown in the deduction column in the BRS. Okay, this is for passbook. So from this what we can infer is if the balance given is positive, irrespective of cash book or passbook, it will be shown under the additions column. Balance is positive, it will be shown under the additions column. We open two columns in the BRS, right? One is additions and deductions. So if the balance is positive, then it will be shown under the additions column. If the balance given is negative, irrespective of the cash book or passbook, then it will be shown in the deductions column. That's all. You remember this. It's very important. Other things will remain the same. Only the change is where we take the balance for the negative balance and the positive balance. That's all. Positive means plus additions, negative means deductions. That's all. Students, now we are going to see an important and interesting exam question. Okay, let's see the question first. The cash book of a firm showed an overdraft credit of rupees 30,000 on 31st March 2024. A comparison of the entries in the cash book and the passbook revealed that on 22nd March 2024, checks totaling 6,000 were sent to bankers for collection. Out of these, a check of rupees 1,000 was wrongly recorded on the credit side of the cash book, and checks amounting to 300 rupees could not be collected by bank before 1st April 2024. Here 1st April is the date which the bank has collected, but we have closed the books on 31st March. Okay, remember that. A check of 4,000 was issued to a supplier on 28 March 2024. The check was presented to bank on 4th April 2024. There were debits of 2,600 in the passbook for interest on overdraft and bank charges, but the same had not been recorded in the cash book. A check of rupees 1,000 was issued to a creditor on 27th March 2024, but by mistake, the same was not recorded in the cash book. The check was, however, duly encashed on 31st March 2024. As per standing instructions, the banker collected dividend of rupees 500 on behalf of the firm and credited the same to its account by 31st March 2024. The fact was, however, intimated to the firm on 3rd April 2024. You are required to prepare a bank reconciliation statement as on 31st March 2024. As I told you, this is a typical exam question which we are going to solve. Okay, let's proceed with the solution now. Rather than handling all the transactions at once, let's solve them one by one. Come on, let's do this together, students. First transaction is the cash book of a firm showed an overdraft credit of rupees 30,000 on 31st March 2024. What did I say? If the cash book or the passbook balance is given as overdraft, then we have to take it to the deductions column. So the bank reconciliation statement format is like this. Bank reconciliation statement as on 31st March 2024, and it has columns of particulars, amount, plus, that is additions, amount, deductions. Here overdraft balance is given, so credit balance as per cash book. Under the deductions column we have to take 30,000. The next transaction is on 22nd March 2024, checks totaling 6,000 were sent to bankers for collection. Out of this, a check of 1,000 was wrongly recorded on the credit side of the cash book. We will take till here. Next one we will see in the next as a next transaction. Okay. So when you send the check to the bankers for collection means it is a deposit check. You have to understand that and you have to keep it in your mind. So when you deposit a check in the cash book, what we will do? So we know the format of cash book. Cash book will be like this in the T format. On the left debit, on the right credit. On the left side it will be receipts and on the right side it will be payments. Okay. So instead of putting the amount of rupees 1,000 on the receipt side, they have put it on the credit side, that is on the payment side. So they have deducted this 1,000, which is wrong. To rectify this wrong, what we have to do? We have to add 1,000 rupees. Because in the passbook we would have recorded it correctly, right? Again, this 1,000 rupees has to be brought into accounts. That is not accounted yet, right? So you have to add that 1,000 rupees for accounting. When you do these two only, you will get the balance of the passbook correctly. That is, you have to add rupees 2,000 to our BRS to get the passbook balance correctly. So see the point number 2 in the BRS. Checks deposited but wrongly credited in the cash book, rupees 2,000 under the additions column. Next thing, checks amounting to rupees 300. See, 300 could not be collected by bank before 1st April 2024. So in the cash book, we have recorded that check on the under the receipts column. R means receipts, okay, under the receipts column correctly. But in the passbook, this is passbook is ulta, no? So your credit side will be receipts and your debit side will be payment. That entry is not made. So if we have to find out the passbook balance from the cash book, only when you deduct this 300 rupees, you will get the passbook balance because that entry is not recorded. So see the point number 3, checks deposited but not realized, 300 under the deductions column. Students, the next transaction is a check of rupees 4,000 was issued to a supplier on 28 March 2024. The check was presented to bank on 4th April 2024. So we have issued a check, but the bank has made the entry only on 4th April. But we need the balance as on 31st March 2024. It means on 31st March 2024, the bank has not passed the entry. So in the cash book, what we have done? Issued check means we have deducted 4,000 rupees. But in the passbook, that entry is not made as on 31st March 2024. So in order to find out the passbook balance from the cash book balance, only if we add this 4,000, we will get the passbook balance. So see the point number 4 in the BRS. Check issued but not paid under the additions column, 4,000 rupees. Let's see the next transaction. There were debits of 2,600 in the passbook for interest on overdraft and bank charges, but the same had not been recorded in the cash book. In the passbook, they have passed entry for debit credit. On the debit side it is payments, on the credit side it is receipts. entry for 2600, debited rupees 2600, that is minus for interest on overdraft and bank charges, but in the cash book no entry has been passed for this. We are going to find out passbook balance from the cash book. Only if we deduct this 2600 which is already recorded in the passbook, we will be able to find out the passbook balance. So see the point number 5 in the BRS, bank charges and interest charged by bank, under the deductions column rupees 2600. The next transaction is a check of rupees 1000 issued to a creditor on 27th March 2024, but by mistake the same was not recorded in the cash book. We have issued a check, but we have forgotten to record in the cash book. The check was, however, duly encashed by 31st March 2024. But that creditor has encashed the check on 31st March 2024, meaning that our passbook or our bank has passed the entry. So in the passbook, we have debit on the left side, credit on the right side, and payment on the left side, receipts on the right side. On the payment side, they have correctly recorded 1000 minus 1000. Okay, in the cash book, no such entry is passed. Only if we are going to deduct this 1000 rupees from the cash book balance, we will be able to get the passbook balance, because this 1000 rupees is already recorded in the passbook. So see the point number 6 in the BRS, checks issued but not recorded in the cash book, under the deductions column 1000 rupees. Students, we have come to the last transaction. As per standing instructions, the banker collected dividend of rupees 500 on behalf of the firm and credited the same to its account by 31st March 2024. Usually, we will give standing instructions to the bank for collection of repetitive payments or receipts, like dividend, that is one of the receipts. And if you say for payments, we can say rent, electricity charges, like repetitive expenses. Okay, those expenses, the bankers will be given directly the right to pay or collect on our behalf. So the banker has collected this dividend of 500 and they have recorded it on 31st March 2024. But we have, as a business, come to know about it only on 3rd April 2024, that is after 31st March 2024. Okay, so in the passbook, this 500 is written on the receipt side, plus 500 correctly. In the cash book, we have not made that entry because we got the intimation only on 3rd April 2024. We are going to find out the passbook balance from the cash book. So if we add this 500 to the cash book balance, we will be able to get the passbook balance, as this 500 is already recorded in the passbook. Now see the point number 7 in the BRS, dividend directly collected by the bank, under the additions column 500. Now we are going to balance the BRS. On seeing, we find out the credit side balance is more. So we total the credit side, we get 33,900. We take the total to the debit side also, 33,900. On deducting 2,000, 4,000 and 500 from 33,900, we get 27,400. That will be our debit balance as per passbook. That is the OD balance as per passbook is 27,400. If you would like to inquire about the online classes which I take, or to get more worksheets, you can contact us at acc.wiseacademy@gmail.com.